Travis Wayne Goodsell. So yes, we can clearly see that Russell M. Nelson, which most likely was a hoax, but I'm sure Nelson didn't complain or object. After their meeting today, they immediately put out the call to threaten my life. Isn't that great? So now the question is, was it a response to the cumulative emails since the weekend, or just the one from yesterday? As their lawyers would have had to have counseled them, and since it was Wednesday afternoon, they would have made arrangements to give a little council session in today's meeting with them. And so, yeah, it's not a coincidence that the guy who has been told to leave me alone, to stay away, and he has, just like Percy, the previous guy. When they get the orders, they obey. And they don't even think, hey, wait a minute, maybe this is wrong. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Nope. Oh, okay. Things have changed. So I'm pretty sure. Well, let's check. Newsroom. Nope. I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with the video I did about the 33 to the homeless shelters. Yeah, I don't see anything new. We'll have to wait till the end of today to see if anything is new. But I'm pretty confident it had to do with my email yesterday. I will post it at the end of this video. The question is, I'll have to put in the full video with the title and stuff, because I'll have trouble finding which one of the segments it is. But in that video, I went over the case, how I caught them in crime, and caught them covering up the crime that I caught them in, and that Judge First, which I talked more about in the video this morning, about how she did nothing, but in the video I suggested that her life was threatened. But in the email, all the justices were complicit in ignoring the law that we, as complainants, are supposed to follow the pro se litigant guide, which I did, and I put it in the email. And they chose to say, nope, pro se litigant guide is against the law. Case dismissed with prejudice. And the smell of the remodeling is getting into my apartment. Because the other week, there was a pipe burst. The ones that they just fixed last year during the lawsuit, when the crew came by and just happened to pop a hole in our pipes. Okay. And so, yeah, just did a poor job? Really? Are they that desperate for work that they have to do a poor job so they can get rehired to do a poor job again? But I pointed out also, this was after the impeachment of Trump for the second time, and pointed out how the church's silence resulted in the Republican Utah legislators voting to commit incitement or sedition, insurrection, as equally to blame. And so, apparently that struck a nerve. That triggered them, as Don Jr. published his book with that title. Triggered. Yeah, Don's going to go to prison. Isn't that great? So, yeah, here we are. The church is almost there. Almost! White supremacists are waiting for the date and the time to act. As the church is going, oh crap, come on guys, hurry up the date. Travis has almost got us. My God. And so, yeah, to have that kid dare to knock on my door, to dare to deceive me, to get me out, to lure me out of my apartment, which just happened to coincide with the end of their meeting today and after the email I sent yesterday. So though I can't draw the connection to the judges, my email of the event reminding the judges that these guys here are also in that lawsuit because it's a RICO sedition, which I also put, did I? I think I did. If not, it was over the weekend. So yeah, everybody knows what's going on here. This is not a shock and surprise to anybody. This is how evil the church is, Mormons. This is what you're putting a thumbs down on my videos for. 5 thumbs down for my impeachment email. You are defending the biggest corrupt church fraud ever in history. This has been plotted since the assassination, well, before the assassination, but they plotted to use Joseph Smith's church and finally acted with his assassination, taking over his organization, claiming that they were following him, and then completely changed everything about what Joseph started. You know, they got us focused on whether or not the church should be called Mormons or the LDS Church, rather than Joseph Smith's only title of the Church of Christ. Huh. Yeah, well, they don't tell us that, do they? It's because you have to click on the links in the Joseph Smith papers to find out the truth, because they're even covering it up in the Joseph Smith papers, which were supposed to be transparent about what real church history was all about, as they stopped publishing the previous history, finally confessing that, well, yeah, Willard Richards tampered with it. And who was Willard Richards? The one who assassinated Joseph Smith, shooting him in the back. But they won't tell us that. That you have to do with a forensic investigation at the crime scene, which we still have the evidence that shows who did it, and I've done those videos. And it's either Random Muse or the anonymous Latter-day Saint who has done videos of that video, revisiting. One of them did it the other day, in fact. I remember seeing, maybe it was over the weekend. So I just, yeah, born and raised in the church, and this is how they treat me. They want me dead. And why? Well, because Joseph Smith was right. We are now in the parable. Section 101, 43 is where it starts. We're in that parable. The Book of Mormon is true. It gives us the dates for the end of the world. 23rd September 2017 and 8 April 2024. That's the time frame. Right there, 1 Nephi, chapter 1, Lehi's dream. Because they are astronomical conjunctions taken from John's revelation. And he just turned him into a dream. Not Joseph Jr., Sr. Jr. had nothing to do with writing the Book of Mormon. And that's what I've come to learn when I finally said, all right, this is enough abuse from the Mormons. I need to find out what's going on here. Why are Mormons abusing me? Why are they so paranoid about me learning Egyptian, deciphering Egyptian petroglyphs, and showing that Joseph Smith is a translator of the Book of Abraham facsimiles? What's going on? Why do they hate me so much? Now I know why. And it all has to do with what the Book of Mormon told us. Great and abominable church. That was part of the Gadianton band, a secret combination. Merging the two together to have their covenants, the covenant path, secret signs of the inverted pentagram on Temple Square. See, because if they hadn't shut down Salt Lake Temple, my discussion, the videos talking about the inverted pentagram, would have people going to Temple Square, bringing their binoculars to see over the fence. Oh my God, it's there! There it is! Look, honey! We were sealed in the evil church of Lucifer. Hail Satan! He's our new God! From now on, we're Mormons! If you hadn't seen South Park, talking about Joseph Smith, hilarious. So, oh God, I've got an Amazon shipment coming. I still have to confront the Yahoo who threatened my life, because I'm sure he didn't leave, and he'll be coming back. Okay. So, there you go. I sent my email yesterday. The defense counsel, as they are required, have to consult with their clients about the new information handed to the court. And that would have been this morning's meeting from 10 to noon. And at 1 p.m., you saw the video, I'm assuming. It's just like 45 seconds. You can hear the alarm in the background. They were giving me the signal saying, hey, back off. So yeah, a fire alarm as the signal. They threatening to burn this place down to get rid of me. If you happen to watch local news here in Utah and hear about this place burning to the ground, well, because the church is true, they would never do that, Travis. Quit resisting the Lord, Travis. Lucifer loves you. He wants you to be happy. Why can't I just conform and comply? None of this would happen if you would conform and comply. See, I have no family for them to threaten like they did the Congress people. All they have is to put me out on the streets to die, because they don't have the courage to pull the trigger themselves. They have to order other people to do it. You want me dead, Nelson? You come and do it yourself. That's how they settled it in the ancient Greek period. The leaders did battle to see who won. So bring it on. Travis Wayne Goodsell. Well, Trump has been impeached for the second time in his first term, which is a record breaking for American history. And so, as a result, I am sending yet another email to Judge Tina Campbell about her refusal to act, and notifying her of the impeachment, because all Republicans from Utah did not vote to impeach, thus making them insurrectionists and complicit with the insurrection. So here's the reading of the email. The United States House of Representatives just voted to impeach the National Executive for a second time in his first term, making history. Of note, all Utah GOP representatives voted against impeachment, making them complicit in insurrection and susceptible to the 14th Amendment, Section 3. The plaintiff reminds this court that all justices of this court involved in the plaintiff's two complaints are likewise susceptible to the 14th Amendment, Section 3, as well as others of Utah government that have played a role, who have played a role to tamper with the plaintiff's complaints and attempt the plaintiff's assassination. The defendant's silence during this insurrection is emboldening soldiers for the defendant in government office and as citizens to destroy America and the United States Constitution. The FBI has given warning to Utah as part of the whole nation that Utah's state capitol and federal buildings, including the federal courthouse, are at risk for this impending assault from these domestic terrorists, of which the defendant belongs, who are publicly declaring war and have no intention to protest. The plaintiff reminds this court of the principle that the devil does not support his own. All Utahns and the citizens of this nation are living in fear for their lives. The plaintiff reminds this court that the plaintiff sought to save America on 30 September 2019, yet this court chose to give aid and comfort to the enemy that had wrongfully, indefinitely detained the plaintiff for 6 years of his life, having paid to reward the one to do so. Then, when exposed to this court, got caught trying to cover up those payments. To the justices who ordered that the pro se litigant guide is unlawful under the unlawful and frivolous motion to dismiss with prejudice by the defense counsel, to deny the plaintiff his First Amendment rights and prevent the official filing of evidence against the defendant. And to your honor, who cannot make an equally hasty order to dismiss the defense counsel's unlawful motion to dismiss, and render the order for the plaintiff's motion for final judgment with prejudice, despite having proven his case prima facie, without the need to present evidence in the evidentiary hearing. Before the need. Should be better worded. Before the need to present evidence in an evidentiary hearing. Your Honor's silence has the same effect of complicity that emboldens the defendant to continue to act with impunity and disregard the Constitution and the lives of the plaintiff and all citizens.